The Tragedy of Cinema podcast is intended as a family-friendly program that by extension strives to be inclusive to all people regardless of their ethnicity, gender, creed, or any other identifying factors in this incredibly diverse world of ours. With that said, some of the films we discuss may contain serious subject matters or have content considered morally objectionable by today's standards. We do not intend to condone or dismiss these aspects of these films, but our primary focus will be on what we believe the film succeeds at, some fun facts, and our personal enjoyment factors of each film. With that said, we hope you enjoy the show.
This is Dr. Zira, her loving husband Cornelius, and little Milo. The most dangerous to man is little Milo. Why? The time is 1973. The place is right here on Earth. How did they get here? What is their reception?
Welcome, gentlemen, to the United
Escape from the planet of the apes. Their adventures are completely fresh, completely new. Astonishingly different from what you experienced in Planet of the Apes and Beneath the Planet of the Apes. At first, feared and imprisoned.
We'll take the female first. Well, she seems to be pretty smart. All right, we'll go for the banana.
Well, why doesn't she take it? Because I loathe bananas. I don't believe it.
Zira, are you mad? Till we know who our friends are and who our enemies...
And how in the name of God are we to know that unless we communicate? We can speak, so I spoke.
The president convenes a special board of inquiry.
Have you a name?
Zira.
Does the other one talk? Only when she lets me.
Embraced by our civilization, the nation gives them a hero's welcome.
Address, please.
The zoo. What is it?
Well, it's sort of like grape juice plus.
How is that? Very wet.
It's certainly the most incredible story this reporter has ever covered.
And you share the impact of every incredible moment.
Must have been the shock.
Shock my foot. I'm pregnant.
The president's chief advisor wants them murdered, or else the human race cannot survive. The escape. The birth of an infant who could threaten man's very existence.
You're the second human I've kissed.
You are the first.
The relentless chase. The stunning climax.
Zira, I want that baby. If you won't give it to me, I'll shoot.
Why was Washington thrown into a turmoil by this one baby?
Stop him!
Escape from the Planet of the Apes.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Tragedy of Cinema and the Evil Never Dies podcast crossover for the Planet of the Apes series. I'm your host, Jimbo, and joined today by...
I'm Kyle, joining once again.
And I'm Brett with the Evil Never Dies podcast. How's it going, everybody?
It's going good. It's going good. Good to have you
here we are in the third installment of the Planet of the Apes franchise, Escape from Planet of the Apes. And you may be asking, at the end of episode or movie 2, a nuclear bomb went off. How can we escape from Planet of the Apes when there is no more apes? But lo and behold, do we have a story to tell tonight? So
That's right. That's for sure.
Buckle up and gonna get bumpy. So Kyle, go ahead and take it away. Then we'll kick it to Brett for the cast.
All right. Escape from Planet of the Apes Released on May 26th, 1971, directed by Don Taylor, written by Paul Dean, and based on characters created by Pierre Bol. The film is a quick little synopsis here. The world is shocked by the appearance of 3 talking chimpanzees who arrived mysteriously in a U.S. spacecraft. They become the toast of society, but one man believes them to be a threat to the human race. Dun dun dun. Cinematographer for the film was Joseph F. Byrock, edited by Marion Rothman, music by Jerry Goldsmith, and distributed by 20th Century Fox. Runtime is 98 minutes. Budget for the film is $2 million. Adjusted for inflation, that'd be about $20 million today, and box office was $12.3 million. Adjusted for inflation, that'd be about close to about $110 million today, roughly. So good money on there. Quick little things. I got to find the awards for the film, see if there actually were any real quick. One moment there. I forgot to pull that up on the thing. I tell you what, Brett, if you're ready to move on to the cast real quick, if you can take the cast on, I'll see if I can find rewards.
All righty, let's go over the cast here.
Thank you, Brett.
First, we have Roddy McDowall as Dr. Cornelius, Kim Hunter as Dr. Zira, Bradford Dillman as Dr. Lewis Dixon, Natalie Trundy as Dr. Stephanie Branton, but they called her Stevie in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Braden as Dr. Otto Osline.
Hey, as we were just discussing earlier, he was in the Titanic, which was in our 4th anniversary episode. But as Brett and I were discussing before you got on, Kyle, he is Victor Newman from Young and the Restless. He's played that guy probably, 60 years now, maybe.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
70 years. I don't know. He's been on there
forever.
Well, didn't you say he's still on there too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Incredible stuff.
Must be a good gig.
Sometimes you hate him, sometimes you love him, but all kids around the world know who he is after Price is Right and the news came on. You know who Victor Newman is, at least in the Midwest.
Right. Oh, let's hear. Okay, fine. I have one award here, and it was just a nominee for a Saturn Award for the best DVD collection in 2009, featuring all of Planet of the Apes films, of course, for the 40th anniversary collection. So that's the only award it was even nominated for in all its history. So interesting little Escape from Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, I had that somewhere, and I can't find it. All right. Next on with the cast, we got William Wyndham as the President of the United States, Sal Mineo as Dr. Milo, Albert Salmi as Private E1, Jason Evers as Private E2, John Randolph as the Chairman, Harry Lauder, General Winthrop, Emmett Walsh as the aide, Roy Glenn as the lawyer, Peter Forrester as the cardinal, Bill Bonds as the TV newscaster, James Bacon as General Faulkner, and Ricardo Montalban as Armando.
Brett, what is Ricardo famous for?
The plane. Fantasy Island.
Fantasy
Island.
The plane, boss.
Oh, I love that show too, man.
I know.
That's the only reason I watched it was for that guy, man. The plane.
They did a remake on it too, and it wasn't good at all.
Can't be good.
All right, and that's it with the cast.
Kyle, you got any more technical details or anything you want to dive into?
Let me see what I can find here real quick.
Well, I got some filming locations. I just a couple that I pulled out that I thought were very interesting. One of them was the Los Angeles Harbor, San Pedro, Los Angeles, California. Also, the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County, which is at 900 Exposition Boulevard and Exposition Park in Los Angeles, California, which is where Zira discovers that she is pregnant and faints.
Yeah.
And I didn't know she fainted from that. I thought it was because she seen that big stuffed gorilla they had in there, but what do I know?
That's what I thought too in the film.
There's also the Regent Beverly Wilshire Hotel, 9500 Wilshire Boulevard, Beverly Hills, California, and Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills, California.
Mm-hmm. I have one other fun fact about
also filmed at the LA Zoo.
Yep.
Yeah, I have one other fun fact about the reception of the film here. According to Variety in 1976, it actually made $5.5 million in rental in North American box office. So this film didn't make the hugest kind of like, splash in the theater market, but like on the actual rental market, that's where it made huge money there. So almost like it could have been like even a bigger success if this was a direct-to-video movie altogether, possibly. And also the critical reception here actually holds a 77% on Rotten Tomatoes. This film was pretty well reviewed, I believe, even higher reviewed than the sequel, the direct sequel. Was it Dawn of Planet of the Apes? What's the order again?
Beneath.
Beneath. Correct. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Brad, did you have them on VHS?
Yes, I had them all on VHS. I had that DVD that he said it was nominated for the award, but it's been lost somewhere. So
you had them on
buried in a box somewhere.
No, I don't have it on Blu-ray. I just had it on DVD. I don't think it's out on Blu-ray. The box.
Surely it is. Surely, right? I'll look into it right now.
I know you can buy the individual Blu-rays, but I don't think they have the box set of them.
I don't know if it is, but don't call me Shirley. All right, Brett. Since you're the ape man here, we want you to give us the quick synopsis as we talk through this movie. We want you to walk us through this movie, Brett, as only Brett can do.
Oh no, you're not having me do this, are you?
Oh, look, I see you on your computer. Your face lit up. Turn that off. I want you to remember you just watched it this morning. Explain to the viewer, the listener.
Well, basically, a spaceship lands in the ocean off of Los Angeles, California, and the army and all that get it to the shore and get the astronauts out, but it's not the astronauts. They take their helmets off, and they're three apes.
And that is Cornelius, Azera, and Dr.
Milo. And so they take them to the zoo. Where are apes supposed to go? And when they get there, their first night, they're not talking or nothing. And they're running all kinds of like physical test or what kind of test?
Aptitude tests, like
hand-eye coordination. And memory.
Yeah. And one of them, they hang a banana up above her.
And the first words you hear spoken from the chimpanzees is what, Brett?
I despise bananas.
I loathe bananas. Yeah, but it's funny because like that doctor they called in, he thinks, oh, here's the thing with the blocks and all that. He pulls the curtain down and she picks the block out. He adds more and he picks them out. And, she keeps it. Then he's like, well, okay, and she brings all those what are they, like blocks, chairs or whatever to get the banana. And she's stacking them all up and just sits on top like.
Yep.
Yeah. I love you can see the vet's frustration. Yeah.
You can tell she's mad, dude. You can tell she is mad.
Yeah. Well, also the vet too. He's frustrated because he knows, like, I'm not even challenging this chimpanzee. Just going through the test. It's like, okay, well, what am I even here for? Almost when he's going through the test, because it's just like she's just acing him, no problem. Like I'm not even going for it. And then the revelation at the end of that scene is just so hilarious. He just freaks out. Gotta go.
Yeah. So then they all just kind of, they discover that they can talk, and they notice that they have what is it, orangutan or a gorilla.
A gorilla on the other
locked up next to him, and Dr. Milo's like, look, he's our friend, and all that, and he gets a little too close to the cage, and yes,
he backs up against it, and the gorilla strangles him,
puts him in $1 million dream or something. Man, just choked him out, killed him.
So that was the end of Dr. Milo.
A gruesome way to go. Very sad.
So
what happens after
they got a bunch of media attention then, and they had to go in front of the presidential commission and talk in front of the president.
The presidential committee, yeah.
I like when they start asking, what's your name? And she's like, Zera. And he's like, oh, well, that's just a, automated response. Anybody can do that. And he keeps yeah. And then she gets mad. She just starts thinking of something. And then they said, well, what about the male chimpanzee? Does he speak? And he's like, only when she lets me.
Yeah.
They were almost going like family sitcom-esque during that whole scene every time they were in the committee of just like, we're just like regular people, husband and wife with our crazy husband and wife hijinks. It's very, cartoonish in a
Yep.
way.
So they ended up being sort of like celebrities.
Yeah, but they did lie to the commission. I think we need to let the audience know that.
Yeah.
They asked if they knew Taylor and who was the other one? I forget his name.
Brent.
Brent, but I think they only said Taylor, if I remember right.
Yeah.
I think they only bring up Taylor in that one scene. And then also, I think that's the first scene where Zira is trying to mask the fact that she was a veterinarian who, what's the word, dissected humans and instead examined them.
Yeah, she stopped herself, though.
Dissect. Yeah. So then they take him out like on Rodeo Drive and they're getting fitted. Cornelius is getting fitted for a suit. He comes outside like, hey, and she's like, oh, and then they take her into it reminded me of Pretty Woman in a way, where she's
a little bit, yeah.
And she comes out and Cornelius just does that, looking out the window like, oh, that's my wife.
Yeah.
This definitely feels like the first film in the series where they're kind of leaning into some of the kind of the joke aspect of it. They're definitely kind of taking a lot less. They're treating the world seriously, but the actual film, the scenes themselves are played a lot more for laughs and fun, and generally just kind of having a little more of a carefree attitude in these things that I really appreciate in this whole movie. I enjoyed this one more than I enjoyed the second one for sure.
But it was also in that presidential committee where they found out that the Earth is destroyed in the future. And they seen the Earth blow up, and that's where they said that they time travel. Where Dr. Haslam, is his name Haslam? Yeah.
Yep.
Where he's like, if the apes were running the planet and it's destroyed, basically maybe we should get rid of these. He doesn't come out and say it, but you can see the motor behind his wheels like, hey, if we stop them here and now, then there won't be a future for them to travel back from. Maybe we can stop the uprise of the apes. Yada yada, and that sets the premise for the rest of the movie. So, Brett, all right. So now we're on Rodeo Drive, and what ends up happening?
Don't they go to like some museum? Museum of natural art or something?
Well, because he goes to a
natural history museum
match? He went to a Cornelius went to a boxing match or fight.
Yeah,
and she went to the Natural History Museum, and that's where she ends up passing out. And it's discovered that she is pregnant.
Yeah.
Which leads me to a question.
Oh.
And no, I know where babies come from, Kyle. But in the first Planet of the Apes movies, they weren't husband and wife yet. In the second Planet of the Apes, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, are they husband and wife yet? Or no?
I don't know. You would think so.
Well, they're living in the same house in the second one, at the very least.
Well, because in this movie, they asked her when she knew she was pregnant, and she said before the war on Earth.
Before they left Earth, yeah.
Right. So, I don't know. That's just something that popped in my mind. I'm not really sure the timeline there.
Unfortunately, definitely a thought of after the fact is like even the second movie takes place over a course of maximum maybe a few weeks. Over the most part, and she's clearly not pregnant at the beginning of that film, and so the idea of during that time, the beginning of that film to this time of the time travel, the spaceship going forward, it makes no sense for a month-long pregnancy that essentially would take place within maximum 2 months of the film's progress. So there's definitely some fudging going along there, but not too bad. I can overlook it because it makes the film better overall.
So now Dr. Haslam, he's trying to go to the president and say, look, we need to stop him. She's pregnant. We cannot let her have this baby. And look, the president committee is like, look, we'll take it before the whole committee. We'll tell them your concerns, and whatever they decide is what we will do.
Yeah. I sure hope trying to prevent a bad future wouldn't, end up securing your fate. And, that'd be bad.
Right. But see, then I don't think Haslam liked that answer either, because this is where they take Cornelius out and they take her and they lay her down and they give her the old truth serum, I think.
Yeah. Because sodium pentothal.
No. Wait. When Haslam brings her back to the hotel, he gives her some
grape juice plus.
Grape juice
plus.
Right.
Yeah.
So she gets a little drunk and she starts saying some stuff, and
he records it.
Right. Which is pretty cool. He's like, "Do you mind if I smoke or whatever?"
Yeah, he has a tape recorder in his cigarette pack.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So now that thing is played all over the radio stations, the news, and so then they come back, and I don't know why Cornelius wasn't with them but it's her and the Haslin, and they call in the other doctor to administer the truth serum to her. And he's like, "Hey, this is like grape juice plus." And they take her in the back room and they lay her down and they turn on a recording, and it's basically interrogation.
Yeah.
To find out what she knows. This is where they find out that, hey, she did some bad things, like lobotomize humans. That she only knew that 3 of them that could speak in her entire life or whatever. And Cornelius is really mad at this point. They take him away, and then when they come back and
they take her back to the room where he's at, and she's laying down again with a rag on her head. And then the guy comes in with their food, and
Cornelius snaps, dude.
Yeah,
he snapped. He called her he called the baby a little monkey. Need to do something for the need to feed the little monkey. If you don't want fed, but you still got to feed the little monkey. And
and apparently he didn't know his own strength because he was a one, just a one punch kind of guy.
Well, before she has the baby, though, they try to escape. Remember, because I think they found out that he accidentally killed the guy, and that was a pretty cool scene when they escaped. They go in there and he's like, "Good night, doctor. Good night, chief." Opens the door. And then he goes, Zara and him come through, and they escape. Well, they start walking down through the I don't know what you call it, the back roads, and she starts going into labor. She starts having contractions. He's like, "Oh, look, we better go back. No matter, you stay here, and no matter how bad it is, we'll have to pay for what we did. They're gonna,
yeah,
whatever our punishment is, we will
face consequences, but at least the baby will be safe." They think. Yeah.
Well, by this time, Dr. Haslin's gotten back, and now he's with what's the other doctor's name? The good guy,
Lewis Dixon.
Yeah,
Dr. Lewis.
And now they know they're after him. They killed somebody. So luckily,
they go him and the Stevie go looking for him.
Yep.
How did they find him on the road like that?
Because Stevie got a call from Lewis, and she was heading back that way. And if you remember, Cornelius is crawling up under the duckway or whatever underneath the gutter. And the military police and all of them are going this way, and Stevie's going back towards the thing, and they stop and they talk. And then Cornelius is like, "Oh no," and he runs away, and then he jumps in front of the car. And she's like, and he climbs in with her. He talks to someone. Look, Stevie, we didn't mean it was an accident. She's like, "Get in, I got a better idea." And this is where they take Zara and Cornelius to the Ricardo Montalban's circus.
Yeah.
Which
Great
is
turn, by the way,
because you have the other mother orangutan and her baby chimpanzee or whatever it is.
Chimpanzee.
Yeah, and Zara's sitting there going, "Mama, Mama," trying to get that baby to talk. And he's like, Cornelius, like, "Zara, why are you doing that?" "I'm just practicing." So they don't know where they went. So they're looking all over the place, and
Haslin decides that he's going to check all the zoos and circuses in the area.
The problem I have with that is from the zoologist, because he says, "Well, how long does she have before she has the baby?"
And he was like a week to 10 days or whatever.
10 days, right? And he's like, "Well, hey, I want every zoo checked, every circus." And I was like, "You idiot! Why didn't you say 4 weeks or so? Give him a little time to get out of town."
Exactly.
So I blame that guy.
Yeah, because he knew they were there already.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely.
So then he freaks out and he's like, "Ooh, we got to get him out of the circus now."
Right.
So they go get him out of the circus, and Zara says, "I'm going to say goodbye to the other mother chimp and her baby."
Yeah, she goes inside the cage, which is pretty sweet, touching moment.
They're sitting there, and then the next thing, it's them getting dropped off with supplies by Dr. Lewis and Stevie. Yeah.
And I like Zara because she's like, "You're only the second human I've ever kissed." And Cornelius looks at Stevie, and he's like, "You're the first." I think he did it just out of spite, man. You know, he's like, man, she's kissed 2 humans, and I haven't got one single kiss. So he's like, well, I'm kissing this lady.
Try to get me some.
So they've got them packed with supplies and food, and they said, look, you know, you got enough here you got to lay low for about a week.
Then you can go back. Then you can go back with the zoo and go down to Florida and live in the Everglades.
Yep. And he's like, oh, there's this old. You go past these oil refineries, and there's an old, basically a what is it, aircraft carrier sitting in the middle of the harbor. That hey, you know, I used to play there as a kid, and I'm like, I used to go down here and play with. I don't know if that's a thing. If any of our listeners can tell me, hey, is there a shipyard that you can go play in? I doubt it now anymore.
There might have been back then, yeah.
I can imagine time, you know.
But I mean now?
Oh no, not now.
Absolutely not. Too many lawsuits and all that.
Not a ship, but I've definitely been to abandoned places I shouldn't have been. Okay, never mind.
yeah. I mean, we're just gonna leave that one alone, Kyle. I picked on you enough. I got a lot more picking on later on, but
they're hiding out on the ship.
Yeah, no, but before the reason they get found is because Zira, the baby, crying, and she takes her little suitcase with her and she shoves it like
in one of the oil
stupid
things. Yeah,
stupid.
Yeah,
just I mean, so what was it? The superintendent or somebody came by and checked, and he's like, "You see, Dr. Haslam slides in there." He's like, "Where'd you find it?" And he's like, "Who found it?" He's like, well, it was right here. So he's like, huh. So he starts looking around, and you see him climbing up top like the
oil refinery.
Refinery with the old binoculars. You know, he's looking, and he sees old Cornelius, idiot,
out on the deck of the ship.
Yeah. Oh man, just if they would just cover their tracks, it would have been a lot better. But no,
exactly.
So go ahead, take it away there, Brett.
So then the Hasling goes over to the ship and ends up seeing Zero with the baby, and he's like, I need the baby. Give me the baby.
The baby.
I need that baby.
And she's like, Cornelius.
And I don't know why he wasn't with her.
He went to go find a place clean so she could feed the baby, because they were on that dirty floor laying down. Remember?
Well, it didn't look like he was going to find any better work closer than they already were.
He's like, there's got to be someplace cleaner, he said. So that's why he took off.
So Zira's running around trying to find Cornelius. Cornelius is running around trying to find her, and the Haslin's chasing them both down. Then the Haslin finally corners Zira.
Yeah, he has the high ground.
He has the high ground.
And
says one more time, give me the baby. And she tries running off. So he shoots her, but
like
she's still alive. And
she's mortally wounded. That's for sure.
Yeah. Cornelius is up on the top still. And all the people that were on the shore or whatever are on the army and
military,
police. Snipers get him, and he falls off the top, and that was pretty dramatic.
Yeah, but you got to remember Zira I don't remember if it was before she got shot or after. She throws her baby overboard.
Yep, she throws the baby over into the water.
And you're like, oh man, this is rough. Not only are we getting this death, we got the baby infant death. But remember, Cornelius had asked. He said, look, he told him, Doctor. I always forget that guy's name. What's the guy's name? Dr.
Lewis.
Yeah, Dr. Lewis. He said, look, if they catch us, they're going to kill us. He said, you at least let us do the honor of killing ourselves. And he gives him a gun.
Yeah. So yeah.
I think, is it Cornelius that shoots Dr. Haslam?
Yeah. From up above, yeah.
I can't remember if it was him or if it was the military. But yeah, they shoot Haslam like 3 times, and he goes flying into the water, and then the
snipers take out Cornelius, and he falls down.
That one hurt, dude. I liked Cornelius. So
she goes over and dies with Cornelius, lays on top of him and dies.
Yeah, I was like, well, how touching. But I threw the baby overboard. And then at the end, you come to the famous scene with
we're back at the zoo
with Ricardo, the circus.
Yeah,
Ricardo Montalban, and they got this gigantic cage rolling it on wheels, and there you see, and he starts talking to this baby chimpanzee, and he's like, your parents would be proud, blah, blah, blah. He's like, you're a smart little cookie. It never really told you how he survived. I guess he swam.
Well, no, the idea was that they swapped out the baby.
They swapped out the babies.
Oh, is that what they did?
Yeah, when she was in the cage saying goodbye.
See, I never
doing the water wasn't a talking chimp. It was a regular chimp.
I got you. But they never said that, did they?
No, you just had to figure it out.
You have to infer that.
I must be a stupid monkey because I didn't remember that. But he said, then you just hear the baby, he's looking at the thing, he's like, mama, mama. And this thing goes mama for like a good minute and a half, probably, because even the screen goes black. It's like, mama, mama. And I'm like, Brett, what are you making me watch?
They got it on repeat. You can see the little chimp's face going, mama, mama, and they got it on repeat like 5 times.
Right. So therefore the baby's name was what? Do you remember the baby chimpanzee?
It was supposed to be Milo. They named it after the Dr. Milo.
Right. So
later became Caesar when he takes the name.
Caesar, yeah. They named him Caesar.
So then the movie ends. So I got a little bit of trivia, and then we'll head on out. So the film's a villain, Dr. Haslam, has been briefly mentioned at the beginnings of Planet of the Apes and Beneath the Planet of the Apes, and I don't remember that. Does either of you?
No.
He was in both of them?
Not in them. They mention him by name.
They do?
At the beginnings. I'm going to have to go back and see if I can watch the beginning of that, see if I... So
that little...
I thought that was pretty cool. This was only filmed from November 30th, 1970 to January 20th, 1971. So all this happened within 2 months, and less than 2 months. But all of the sequels were shot in the wintertime. And you'll find out because later on, Zira says something about her makeup and all that was easier to put on in the wintertime. So Zira's first line in the presence of humans was "Because I loathe bananas" is a reference to Kim Hunter's real distaste for this fruit, which originated during the filming of the first Planet of the Apes. The actors portraying apes were required to keep their makeup on during breaks in order to save time, as we talked about. So the rest of the crew often called them monkeys and offered bananas to mock them. There were scenes of Zira's mistaking a toothbrush for a hairbrush, and of Cornelius and Lewis playing golf. They were in the early version of the script, but they were not used in the actual movie. They also had in the earlier scripts.
I think I've seen pictures of that with him with a golf suit on, golf outfit,
the golf pants, if I remember right.
Yeah.
The earlier scripts had the 3 aponauts viewing the dying Earth from their space capsule before going back in time. The scene was actually shot but not completed, so there was no VX through the ports or any of that. With Beneath the Planet of the Apes doing so well at the box office, producer Arthur P. Jacobs sent a telegram to writer Paul Dinn 4 months after this film's release, which simply said, or 4 months after the film's release, simply said, "Apes exist, sequel required." So according to actress Kim Hunter, makeup of the original Planet of the Apes took 4.5 hours to apply. By the time the third film was done, the makeup department was able to do it in an hour quicker. Kim noted that the latex lacked insulation, so your skin was very heated in warm temperatures, but very cold in cool temperatures. During the course of this movie, which was filmed during winter, Kim's makeup appliance develops a puffed-up appearance, possibly the result of some padding underneath to compensate for filming in cool temperatures, which I thought she looked amazing in this movie.
Yeah.
She looked better than the other ones. If you watch all of the first 5 Planet of the Apes, the original Planet of the Apes films in strict and story chronology, this one actually takes place before all the others.
Yep.
In a 2010 interview with the Archive of American Television, Eric Braeden admitted that he did not really like the role of Dr. Otto Haslam and considered it to be a caricature. Nevertheless, he added that he had a good time making the film as he enjoyed working with Roddy McDowall, Kim Hunter, and Don Taylor, whom he described as a very good director. I think sometimes a good director makes all the difference in the world.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, agree, definitely.
Sal Mino found the makeup process very uncomfortable because of his claustrophobia. In an interview, he stated that was tiring and hard. Kim Hunter said in an interview that she and Roddy McDowall had to hug Mino a lot to console him. Bradford Dillman and Eric Braeden would later both appear in Piranha, if you've ever seen that movie. Brett, you've seen Piranha? I know you have.
Yes, I have.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I haven't got around to it.
Three of the do what?
For the type of movie it was. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Piranha 3D was pretty crazy too. Three of the stars appears in the original Star Trek series. William Wyndham was Commodore Mac Decker. The Doomsday Machine. Well, I guess I was a tile. The Doomsday Machine. Jason Everell's raw wink of an eye, and yes, the great Ricardo Montalban, Khan, and Space Seed. The Liberty One spacecraft was the second time the original ship from the first movie was reused. It would be used once more time in what, Brett? Do you remember?
What's that?
The original ship, the Liberty One. This is the second time it was used for a movie. When's the other one? And it's not the movie before this. Do you know when?
No.
Was it in a Planet of the Apes film, or is it another film entirely?
It was used in the Planet of the Apes television pilot, Return to Tomorrow in 19...
Oh, okay.
Ah.
All right.
Yeah. While making this film, Eric Braeden said he began attending ping pong tournaments at the home of the film's producer, Arthur P. Jacobs, and Jacobs' wife, Natalie Trundy, competing against other Hollywood notables such as Richard Zanuck, Wendell Niles, and yes, Walter Matthau.
Huh.
Braeden said he didn't normally go to parties held by directors and producers because he didn't want to make it seem like he was trying to get a job from doing so, but he broke his self-imposed rule when he heard that ping pong was involved.
Well, that's sort of cool.
Sal Mino agreed to appear in the film because he hoped it would restart his career, much as in the first Apes film had done for Roddy McDowall. However, when Mino found the makeup uncomfortable, the script was rewritten to kill his character off earlier than planned. That's what you can take choke deep.
Second time. Charles hasn't did it, so he could do it too. Yeah.
This was Mino's final theatrical film before he was murdered on February 12, 1976 at the age of 37.
Oh,
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Did they ever catch the people?
I forget all the stuff about it. I just vaguely remember it. I think I was like 9 years old. So
for the death scene, Cornelius and Zero were originally going to be ripped apart by a pack of Doberman Pinschers, the feared dog from that decade, led by Dr. Haslam. But producers thought the scene would be far too gruesome, so they were killed by gunshots instead.
Yeah, I think they made the right call there. Just like, jeez. Oh, man.
And yes, the opening scene was filmed on the same beach location where Taylor had discovered the Statue of Liberty and the final scene of the original Planet of the Apes. So we'll start with Brett. Brett, what's your overall thoughts on our third installment, Escape from Planet of the Apes, and what are you going to rate it?
are we doing out of 10?
Out of 10.
All right. I'm a big Apes fan, as you guys know, so I'll still watch this a lot. So I just like these 5 first movies the best. I can watch them anytime and doesn't bother me a bit. So I'm gonna give it. This isn't the best one out of all of them though. My favorite will probably always be the original. I'm just like that, you know. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Monkey paws for Brett.
Monkey paws, mama
paws,
mama.
All right, Kyle.
All right. Yeah, I gotta say there's definitely an improvement over the second film, which I felt like was really had me worried for a moment, like, oh my gosh, is the whole series gonna be like this much of a downward trend overall? And I'm very happy that Escape from Planet of the Apes really kind of showed me some of the reasons why this series has endured for as long as it has. You know, even to this day, like they're making new movies, you know, in 2020, like next year for the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I'm super excited about that now. But this film gives me a much deeper appreciation of some of the world building they did in this film, especially to explain how they got the Planet of the Apes is really impressive, and also gave me a greater appreciation for how the Andy Serkis film and the reboot series kind of refined a lot of the ideas going on in this film in a way that I really appreciate. So overall, this film is a great thing for like a good piece for the whole franchise together. I don't think like the Planet of the Apes series exists in nearly the same kind of quality form without this movie laying a lot of the groundwork they needed for the other films to exist. So for that alone, I think this kind of movie goes almost like a 7 out of 10 for me, where I appreciate this film. Pretty much on almost the same level I appreciated the first Planet of the Apes film, I think. I'm going to hold both the 1968 version and this version in the same regard to me. So I really appreciate it a lot. Jimbo, how do you feel about the film?
Well,
what'd you rate it at, Kyle?
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Okay.
Well, for me, when they started going to Rodeo Drive and all that, I thought I was getting lost in the Partridge Family TV show for a second because the music just got a little quirky for me. And, they had that 60s, 70s style clothing going on. And I was like, man, where's the apes? Where's the killing? Where's the murders? Where's the, everything from the first one that you loved, the human target practicing, the whips, all that. No, we got mama. I do think the storytelling was a little bit better than the second one. The second one just had a lot of plot holes. I thought like they could have expanded more on the storytelling for that one for me. So I think this one probably did a better job at doing that, as Kyle said. But like I told Brett, I've always loved the Planet of the Apes ever since I was a kid. I mean, it's one of the franchises that's a movie franchise. I mean, it's where a lot of the stuff came from.
Yeah.
And that's why I like the new Planet of the Apes so much too. I think they continued on the franchise very well. Brett, have you watched all the new ones?
I think I have, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to go back and.
You're going to have to.
We'll get to them eventually, right? So I think we'll have
eventually, yeah.
So
another tidbit, back in the day, they used to have story albums.
Yeah.
And
with a record?
A record, vinyl
record. Yeah.
you could get the Planet of the Apes. I had, I think, Beneath the Planet of the Apes and this one on story record.
Yeah. I had some of the Star Wars ones. But for me, I'm probably gonna have to be down there with Brett. Probably a 5.5, 6. It's just it wasn't what I was expecting. But it wasn't necessarily a bad thing. I think at the end of when we do all 5, 6, 9 movies or whatever it is, we'll have to rank them in order, like the 1 through 10 list or whatever, from the worst to the best in your opinion. So keep that in mind as we're reviewing these. But we are getting ready to head into our Zoom meeting. If you guys like this, every time we record one of these, right afterwards we have a real talk. Where a bunch of people come in and I come up with a bunch of questions and stuff and make Brett go first. And
You're picking on me, fella.
So with that being said, I think this episode's coming to us. You guys got anything else to add?
Thanks for having me on again, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, always lovely having a show going on just like this. And I think this film especially kind of like this one deepened my appreciation for the entire Planet of the Apes series. So I think this is the moment where I feel like I became more of a fan than ever before now. Like the first film, second film, I feel like I appreciate those movies, but now I appreciate Planet of the Apes as a series. So I really like this film a lot. So thanks for that. But like I said, I think we're coming to a wrap and cut.